join me in our new topic for today about the independent and dependent variables. Have you wondered why plantitas really love the beauty of the plants? And the beauty of the plants depends on their color. Do you also wonder why your plantita mother always tell you to expose their plants under the sun so that they will look beautiful? Well, you may think this really sunlight affect the color of these plants, particularly the leaves. That is the problem, right? And you may think that sunlight affects the color of the leaves of the plants. That's why they always want to have their plants exposed under the sunlight. And, of course, you have to find out if it is true or not. So you have to design an experiment. In designing an experiment, it is important to know the variables. What are variables? Thought.com defined variables as the factors that are changed, that are measured or controlled in an experiment. And there are three types of variables. Number one, we have the independent variables. Independent variables are the factors that are changed or manipulated in an experiment. Ito yung babaguhin mo, ito yung pag-aaralan mo, ito yung i-experimentuhan mo. Okay? Or ito yung cause, sanhi. The second one is the so-called dependent variable. From the word dependent, meaning nakadepende, nakasalalay. Dependent variable is the factor that is measured or observed in an experiment. It is considered as the effect due to the changes made in the independent variable. Ito ngayon yung aabangan mo. Ano ang mangyayari sa kanya? Okay? Ito yung i-record mo. Ano yung mga changes na mangyayari? Dahil dun sa changes na ginawa mo sa independent variable. The third one is the so-called controlled variable. From the word control. Controlled variable are factors that are kept constant all throughout the experiment. Hindi mo sila babaguhin. Okay? So, going back to our sample of this plant. Your hypothesis is sunlight or the presence of sunlight affects the color of the leaves of the plant. That is your hypothesis. So what are the variables there? The independent variable is the presence of sunlight. The dependent variable is the color of the plant. And what would be the controlled variable? Okay, it is the type of plant, which is Sanseveria. This time we will be using the Sanseveria. And, of course, the amount of water which you're going to supply when you water the plant all throughout the duration of the experiment. So, to understand, you have to design the procedure and the experimental design. Okay, watch this video. So this is the plant exposed under the sunlight. So if you notice or kung makikita ninyo, kulay green. Ito yung bagong tubo niya. At ito yung kanya. Ito yung bagong ang tawag dito. Pinakabagong tubo. Ayan. Tignan niyo yan. So, yan yung bagong tubo niya. Yan. Yan. Okay? So, kung makikita, kulay green yung color. Ito naman yung ibabaw na na-develop yung bagong leaves. Okay. So, compare natin ito sa that is nasa shaded place. Look at the leaves here. Ito yung mga bagong tubo na leaves. Okay? So, kikita ninyo, yung color niya, hindi katulad nung mga, before ko siya inilagay doon sa shower room. No? Lighter ang color. Yan. Then, ito naman ang tingnan natin. Yung bagong, ang tawag dito, bagong tubo or suhi. Now, so itong bagong tubo o bagong sugi, tingnan niyo yung color niya. It's somewhat yellowish in color. So, there really is an absence of green pigment. Very light naman siya masyado. Ayan. Okay? Hindi ba? So, if you look at this, you can see the big difference in color of the leaves of the Sanseveria plant. So therefore, we can say that the sunlight really does affect the color of the leaves of the plant. Spot the difference between these two setups. No? This one is under the shaded place. Ito yung na-develop sa shaded place. Look at the leaves. And the other one is developed under the sunlight or exposed sa sunlight. So you have observed the result of our simple experiment. And from there, you have tested your hypothesis and have proven that sunlight affects the color of the leaves of the plant, right? Therefore, you can say that your hypothesis is now accepted. What's the scientific explanation behind? Well, light is required for chlorophyll production. And chlorophyll is the green pigment. Insufficient light results in the breakdown of chlorophyll. Thus, the pigments such as carotenes and xanthophylls, which are present in plants and gives the color of red, orange, and yellow, appear in the leaves of the plant. So I hope you learned from this and you can apply your learnings to your lessons in practical life. So have a blessed day.